And welcome into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. Wow, what a show we have for you today. We are talking about how to give back, make a difference. And Doug is going to touch your heart and give you some tips that you'll want to savor. Also on the show today is Sarah Simmons. Sarah was in the top 7 of The Voice, and she's going to sing one of her original songs. It will touch your heart. And of course, my sidekick, Lauren Miller, international author and speaker, is joining me. So much, you won't want to miss it. We'll be right back after these messages. Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by Florida Pharmacy, a unique pain solutions company.
Hi, I'm Senna House, and I'm taking a minute with Children's to learn how to keep kids safe at home. This is my friend, Dr. Terry Coco, and she's an emergency medicine physician at Children's. Dr. Coco, what are your top tips for keeping both babies and children safe at home?
For babies, crib safety is so important. You want to avoid pillows and heavy blankets and stuffed animals, plus the bumper pads around the crib. These can cause suffocation and entrapment. For children, toy safety is so important also. You want to make sure the toys are age appropriate for the child, plus you want to avoid toys with small parts, like strings, magnets. These can be dangerous. For more information, parents can go to their local pediatrician, or the American Academy of Pediatrics website, or the Children's of Alabama website.
Thank you. And until next time, stay safe.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and Lauren Miller and I have had to face 2 really strong stresses: divorce and cancer.
All at the same time, and that's why we're dedicated to providing you communities that champion you into personal excellence with a community of support along with a skill set to help you handle the everyday stressors.
That's right.
So when you join genuinepearlgirls.com, then you'll get the code to come on over and waive the initial tuition fee at stresssolutionsuniversity.com. Come and join us and build your skill set to champion life.
Can you imagine a world without children? A world where children don't play, or dream, or imagine.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're working every day to find cures for diseases that strike down children. Because we can't imagine a world without children. Can you?
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Call now or log on to stjude.org.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome back to Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. Kicking off the show today is Sarah Simmons from The Voice. Hey, girl.
Hey.
I'm so glad you're here, and you brought this cute guy. Tell me about him.
I did. This is my boyfriend, Greg Langston, and he's also my amazing guitarist as well.
That's terrific. I know later we're going to be singing a song, but I wanted everybody to kind of get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
Now, Sarah, when did you get started in the music business, or has this been something all your life?
It's been something continue all my life since I was a little kid. And yeah, my dad strumming on the guitar to my grandma watching old classic films, listening to Ella Fitzgerald, and so
How
it's
cool
been
is
starting
that?
for a long time.
Now on The Voice, I understand there was a producer that heard you singing.
That's
and
right.
How did he get in touch with you?
He's a film producer, big time film producer in California, and he found me through NBC and heard me, and I call him my angel from Fort Worth, Texas. And he and his team wanted to invest in an album in me, and hopefully sign into a label soon as well. And the album we don't know the exact date when it will release, but it is finished, so I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited, and you have to let me know so we can tell our viewers about it, okay?
I will.
You know, and Sarah, I know that you love the Lord, and you write a lot of songs, original songs from your heart.
Right.
And you love to give back, because I know your mom, you come from good stock. So I want to know how this has affected your ministry and in your life since this has happened to you.
Oh, man. Well, first off, I couldn't do it without God, and knowing where your gift comes from, is really important and vital, especially in this industry, because, everybody has gifts, whether you're a doctor, a philanthropist, a musician, a writer. It's like everyone was given, I believe everyone was given gifts, you know, and they could be taken away at such an instant,
That's
you know.
right.
And so knowing where it comes from and knowing it could be taken at any moment. But not just that, is, you know, I've always dreamed of singing for film and television, and that God actually opened this door without me even trying, you know, just blew my mind.
I'm
you
a
know,
firm
and so I'm very
believer
grateful.
that happens, that when
Yeah.
the timing is right, it just is. And now
Right.
where we met, and you're going to be singing on an album of a film that we're going to do in the future.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of exciting things of how God creates good synergy.
Right.
Now tell me a little bit about the song before we go to our next segment. Tell me how did this song come about to you and why you've chosen to do it today?
Well, the song is called Our Story, and it's a love song. And I don't want to make Greg feel awkward, but it has to do with my personal life, and also I wrote it in submission for a film as well. So I'm not sure where it's going yet, but
The right plan will come.
That's right, and it's very dear to my heart. So
Okay, I want you to hold on to that thought, and we're going to be right back with Sarah Simmons and Greg after these messages.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by GenuinePearlGirls.com and StressSolutionsUniversity.com.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand here at Scott Crump Toyota, and we're paving the way to make a difference for our youth, and you can too. So log on to our websites because we're paving the way.
Make a difference. Pave the way.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand.
I'm Paula Lombard.
And Paula, thank you for being here today. We've got Pave the Way to make a difference with your pink wipers to wipe out breast cancer. And how can we do that?
Go to our website, autotextpink.com.
Make a difference and pave the way.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand, a portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today.
Can you imagine a world without children? A world where children don't play, or dream, or imagine.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're working every day to find cures for diseases that strike down children. Because we can't imagine a world without children. Can you?
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Call now or log on to stjude.org.
The Genuine Pearl Girls and Ramini Kids Foundation work around the world through children's charities like St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and Orphans of Indonesia. Join us in making a difference. Visit GenuinePearlGirls.com or RaminiKidsFoundation.com.
Are you looking for a building company? I've got just the right company for you, Vines Building Company. Give them a call at 205-369-7759. They can turn your home into your dream home.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand.
And welcome back into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. I'm Edie Hand, and we're with Sarah Simmons and Greg, and I'm excited about this song. It is her original song. It's called Our Story, and our story is your story, and you're going to enjoy this. So take it away, Sarah.
all right. There's hope in our love that we won't forget. The first time I saw you, you stole my breath. When I pushed you away, you would not relent. There's hope in our love that we won't forget. I was afraid of hurting you, but we're already hurting, so what's there to lose? Time doesn't stop and truth doesn't change. You taught me to love and I'll never be the same. A story will echo on the stars, a constellation that bears our scars. A story will echo on the stars, a constellation that bears our scars. I know you're afraid and think of it often, but you can't be erased and you won't be forgotten. You're safe in the place you were meant to be. Our love so sudden and made us so free. A story will echo on the stars, a constellation that bears our scars. A story will echo in the stars, a constellation that bears our scars.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by our charities, the Edie Hand Foundation and Ramini Kids Foundation.
Hi, I'm Senna. I'm taking a minute with Children's to learn a few things about what to do when your doctor's office is closed. This is my friend, Miss Barbara, and she's the director of the clinics here at Children's Health. Miss Barbara, what should I do if I'm sick and my doctor's office is closed?
Well, that's a good question, Senna. First, have your parents call the pediatrician's office. They can talk to them about what's going on with you today, and the pediatrician may refer them to an after-hours or an urgent care clinic.
When should my parents take me to the emergency room instead of the after-hours clinic?
Well, sometimes that can be tricky, but if you have a chronic condition like diabetes or a heart disease, you should always go to the emergency room to be evaluated there. If you have a serious injury, like you've been in a car accident or you have a broken bone and maybe the arm is a little deformed, be sure that you go to the emergency room for that. They have the better testing equipment, more extensive type of equipment that they can look for those types of conditions.
Thanks so much for being here with us today, Miss Barbara. I'm Senna, and we'll see you next time on A Minute with Children's.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and Lauren Miller and I have had to face two really strong stresses, divorce and cancer.
All at the same time. And that's why we're dedicated to providing you communities that champion you into personal excellence with a community of support along with a skill set to help you handle the everyday stressors.
That's right.
So when you join GenuinePearlGirls.com, then you'll get the code to come on over and waive the initial tuition fee at StressSolutionsUniversity.com. Come and join us and build your skill set to champion life.
The Genuine Pearl Girls and Ramini Kids Foundation work around the world through children's charities like St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and Orphans of Indonesia. Join us in making a difference. Visit GenuinePearlGirls.com or RaminiKidsFoundation.com. Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand. A portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today. You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome back into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. Joining me today is, of course, in this segment is Lauren Miller. Thanks for coming back, Lauren.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
And Doug Murdock. Thank you for hanging around.
Thank you.
And we've been talking about ways to make life better for others. And, you know, we're trying to do that globally right here on the show.
You know, I was interested about the numbers. How many viewers are even watching this? Because you do something and sometimes you're not sure how many people are actually tuning in.
Well, what we know is, you know, through Nielsen and Arbitron, is that we are reaching over 14 million households.
Wow.
And we
That's a lot of
also are
lives.
not only in the United States, but we are in Switzerland, we're in Australia, and we're in the United Kingdom. Wow. And I hope that through this footage of what we've got, that Doug will be able to take it to his partner, Mr. Robert Hubbard, and that we'll be able to air it in other countries globally, because what we're trying to do, Lauren, and I'll let Doug elaborate more on that before we de-stress him. He may not even be stressed for all I know. But I'm just saying that we want to make, he was telling us in the earlier segment of how we could make a difference in children's lives and our foundations, and we're joining the foundations. And thanks to him, and I do thank you, Doug and Mr. Hubbard, for making this. I've been holding my books is because in the Christmas ride and the last Christmas ride, we're telling a story of my story, which is your story, about faith, family, and friends. And from these profits, we're going to join with our charities and give it back to the children.
That's wonderful.
Kids with cancer and kids that are orphans that need to be better educated. They need clothes. And Doug, that's where you came in to make a difference in Indonesia with Mr. Hubbard and with Ramini and his wife, right?
That's correct, yes. The philosophy that I live by, very simply, success is made by being successful. How do you become successful in any project is believing in what you're doing yourself. That's what makes the thing move forward. In all projects, especially something of this magnitude, and you being familiar with St. Jude's Hospital, you know what it costs just to open the door every morning.
$1 million.
$1 million. What we're doing is going to take trillions of dollars, because we don't want to do it in one place, because there's millions and millions of children and elderly people that have no one to look after them, period. In order to do that, it takes money to make money. Where is the best place to get money is I found in China, and I've been there for 12 and a half years, companies that themselves are trying to grow bigger. So they need somebody that can raise them the money to do that. I entered the picture. I asked them point blank, very simply, how much money do you need to enlarge in your company? So they say 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. I say, fine. I'm going to give you the criteria that I need to say, yes, I will do it for you. You pass that criteria, then we're off and running. The stipulation is that if I make you $50 million, I got to make myself $50 million. Your $50 million will enlarge in your company. My $50 million goes to children's orphans and elderly people in a foundation that I have established. No one turns me down.
But isn't that amazing, Lauren?
It is, but you know, as I was saying to your beautiful wife earlier, that behind closed doors, and I believe that we're created in the image of God, we are created to love and serve. We get our greatest sense of purpose when we're giving back. And so, as you mentioned before, your sense of purpose is when you believe yourself, because belief and action ignite your reality. And so when you're giving back, it comes There's nothing I haven't done for somebody else that hasn't come back to me tenfold in internal wealth.
And I agree with that totally, because
and you get to take that with you.
You do, and you think about this as we're,
So-
we're ending this segment. I mean, we could go on for an hour.
Yeah,
And we
absolutely.
will do more later. But this I want to say is that it is truly God's timing and His planning. How else could we all be here together? This would not be something I could have set up, or you could have just set
It's
up,
a divine
or you.
appointment. I believe in divine appointments.
And I do. And I want to tell you how I salute you and your heart and your vision. And thank you for believing in me and my foundation and what we do for kids. And thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And I feel like here's a saying of Zig Ziglar's. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to put up. By the way, I'm just getting started. And I think we're just getting started.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
I got another saying for you.
Okay.
You see, I'm in the lead. I want you to follow me, but eventually I want you to get in front of me, and then I'll follow you.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
And before we go off, I want to say
That's a
this.
true leader.
Lauren is a stress solution individual. Would you give him something that if he's traveling around the world and making
Sure.
the difference, what's something he could do and our viewers could do out there?
Sure. Well, absolutely. I think the first thing really quickly is to understand what stress is, and it's simply the power we give to an outside circumstance to define our worth, value, and what we believe we're capable of handling. It's simply the power we give to whatever circumstance it is. What happens biologically is there's a freeze that happens in the brain, and we shoot to the primal brain, which causes us to not be able to access executive thinking, which is the solution-based thinking that God has created within our brains. Quickest way to do this is to tune into the meridian system, which are literally energy points. Many people, when they're stressed,
Okay, I
will
want
just
you to
do
watch this, Doug. Here's your energy point now.
Many people will just do this when they're stressed, or sometimes this, or even this. Naturally, babies suck their thumb. There are meridian points that release endorphins and that calm the body and get you out of the primal brain. So next time you feel the flare-up, the emotional flare-up, because you're giving power to a circumstance, more authority than your inner strength to handle it, you simply tap on these points with
Look
your
at her.
fingertips.
I want you to see that. I want you to try it. Can you put it up there, Doug?
Well, I
It's-
tried, but I never did it.
Yeah. So as you're tuning into whatever it is that's stressing you out, and you relax your energy
They seem
system.
to think I've gone crazy.
Well, most people already say I'm crazy anyway, so this just adds to the
Tell them
to
you're a
the
genuine
nutshell.
Pro-Girl supporter, and they'll go, oh, that's good.
Then they really have questions.
Yes.
So as you tap on your system, as you're experiencing the flare-up, what happens is you relax your biology. What happens? The brain gets oxygenated. When that happens, you drop back into solution-based thinking, and you can tune into available options for quick solutions on your feet.
Thank you, Lauren Miller.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it so much. And thank
Thank
you for
you.
staying with us right here on Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. And join us next week.